The dynamic stretches are active movements that will put your joints and muscles through a full range of motion. They are super effective at warming up your body. You will need a PVC pipe for the last 2 movements here. The Burgener Warm-up at the end will drill the various steps of the snatch for both practice and putting your body through that full range of motion.
All right guys, let's get our arm circles going. So we'll go 15 seconds on one side and then we'll switch. And switch. All right guys, we're gonna get our wrist rolls in. Let's go ahead and start going in one direction with our wrist rolls. And then let's switch the other way. Good, try to keep a good rotation on these and switch back the other way. Nice job, and back the other way. Do this a couple more times and back. And one more time, switch. All right guys, we're gonna get our torso rotation. So let's start upright for 15 seconds. The elbows and the arms out to the sides and just try to get a nice rotation. Getting a good stretch here. Now we're gonna hinge forward slightly and get a rotation. All right guys, we're gonna get our leg swings in. So go ahead and just start swinging the leg. Try to reach with that front hand to the toe and just let it go back behind you when you swing back. Good, about 5 more seconds on this side. Now let's go ahead and switch legs. Just let that leg swing, reach forward with that right hand. Keep a good swinging motion. Nice, you guys. All right guys, we're gonna go through some bootstraps. So we're gonna get down on the bottom of the squat, get our arms inside the knees here, hands under the toes. We're keeping that chest up tall. We're gonna sit in the squat a little bit longer before we go into our next stretch. So just let those hips sink, chest upright. Now we're gonna slowly straighten out those legs, get a little hamstring stretch. Try and relax here. And then we're gonna drop back down into that squat, chest up again. Try and just relax, drive those knees out, chest tall. See if you can keep the hands under the toes. And then we're gonna go one more time back into that hamstring stretch, lift our hips up. Try to just hang and stretch out those hamstrings. All right guys, we're gonna do some PVC pass throughs. So go ahead and grab the PVC nice and wide, and we're just gonna go ahead and bring it over to the back, get in a nice stretch with straight arms. We're gonna do 3 reps in each position here. So this is 2 right here. We're gonna go for another one. And if we're able, we're gonna try to inch our hands in a little bit, go for 3 more here. Just take your time stretching through this. Keep the rib cage down, big focus on this as we want the arms straight. 3. We're gonna try to inch in a little bit more. If you're already at your sticking point, we wanna just hang out there for the rest of the time. I'm gonna stop right here, so if you're there too, we're just gonna keep going for about 15 more seconds, just nice and slow. Good, if you're able to inch in a little bit more, go ahead and go for it. Another rep. All right guys, we're gonna go through the Burgener warm-up, so go ahead and follow along with me. We're gonna do 3 reps in each position. Okay, so we're gonna get that hook grip on our PVC. 3 reps, dip and shrug. We want to keep that PVC close. We want the arms straight here. We're gonna go dip, shrug, high elbows for 3. So just follow along. Now we're gonna go dip, muscle snatch. Legs lock out and they stay locked out. Keep it overhead, feet under the hips, on our toes, drop quarter squat, and reset between reps. We're gonna drop half squat, a little deeper here. Now we're gonna go full squat. Think about it like a trap door, you're just dropping. Then we're gonna set it on our back, push, jerk, dip, jump, and drop. Make sure you're opening up those hips when you jump. Snatch balance here, so catching in a full squat. Reset between each one. Nice, let's bring it to our waist for hang power snatch. Keep that PVC close. And finishing with mid-shin squat snatch. Reset for each rep.
Slips stands for scales, L-sits, inversion, planks, and stretching. You'll get some variation of these every day. The idea here is to improve gymnastic skills, strength, and mobility over time. These will also build on the dynamic stretches that get you feeling super warm.
All right, guys, we're gonna go through our straddle stretch. So let's go ahead and reach towards our right side first. We're gonna point the toes away from us. Try to keep the legs straight here, reach with both arms. And we're gonna hold 30 seconds in each of these stretches. So do your best to just stay in that stretch and just breathe. And we're gonna go ahead and switch to the middle stretch now. Reach the arms out in front of you as low as you can get. We still want the toes pointed. Don't force anything on these stretches, but it's okay to feel a little uncomfortable just getting a good stretch. About 10 more seconds. And switch to the left side, reaching for that foot, that ankle. If you can reach with both arms, that's great. About 5 seconds. And we're switching back to the right. We're gonna do this 2 more times through, so 3 full rounds of this stretch here. Try to take a deep breath, and then when you exhale, just try to sink into it a little bit more. And we're switching back to the middle. Just try and let yourself relax and just sink into this stretch. And we're switching left side. You might find that you have a side that's a little bit more challenging. That's okay. Just do your best. About 5 more seconds. And we're switching back to the right for the last round of stretches here. Might feel like you're feeling a little more flexible this last round. Keep those toes pointed. And switch, middle. Reach the arms forward. About 10 more seconds here. And switch. Last stretch right here, left side. Keep the toes pointed. Ten more seconds. And we're done. All right, so we're going into our straddle leg lifts. You're gonna see a couple different scaling options for this, and we're doing 3 sets of 10 every 30 seconds. Make sure those toes stay pointed and the legs are straight. Let's go ahead and get started. You might start to feel those quads cramping a little bit, so just be careful. If you wanna make this a little bit more challenging, we can get the palms down or just stay on those fingertips, whatever you need to do. Or even bring those legs in if needed. All right, if we need to make that even a little bit easier, we can put our hands back behind us, lay back a little bit. That's gonna kind of release that compression. You might not feel it in the quads as much. Try to keep those legs straight as best you can. Those toes pointed, heels off the ground in between each rep. And done. All right, we're gonna do our plank holds. We're gonna have 4 different positions for this, and we're gonna hold each one for 30 seconds. We'll start in that push-up, go to one arm, both hands behind our back, and then that other arm. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting in that push-up position, we're gonna press the floor away from us, squeeze the glutes, keep the core engaged. We don't want those arms bent. It's okay to have a slight round in the upper back here because we're really pressing the floor away. Try to hold. Don't let those hips drop, really squeeze the glutes. Keep that core engaged. And we're switching. One hand down, one up. You can go feet right on top of each other to make it difficult. You can spread the feet apart a little bit if you need more balance. Also want to focus on keeping that arm straight and keeping the hips up high here as well. Try and hold as best you can. We're going to go both hands behind the back, legs straight out in front, toes pointed, feet together. Also want to squeeze the glutes here because we don't want those hips to drop. Keep those arms locked out. Squeeze the quads. And we're switching, last side. Press away from the floor here too. We don't want that arm that's down to be bent. Keep the hips up, tight core. Really keep that core engaged. And rest.